The warrior's most effective weapons are patience and time. I thought like a Leo someone said that. Have you ever felt like the clock was ticking too slowly or found yourself tapping fingers anxiously during the day? Patience is a critical quality for both professional and personal success. It can be learned from Sun Tzu's tactical observation. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. Being truly patient is more than just waiting. It's knowing when to act and when to wait. It is frequently in this capacity to determine when is the right moment to act, as opposed to doing nothing, that separates successful from unsuccessful results. For instance, rather than sending that nasty gram of an email or text, give it some time and thought before sending it off. Discipline yourself to write a well thought out response. Don't jump to conclusions or try to fix things right away when you or someone else is upset. Additionally, if your intention is to burn that bridge, make sure you do it properly. This goes in tandem with another part of being patient. In personal relationships, being patient on purpose leads to better results and simpler thinking. Don't rush to that immediate and emotional response. As you develop your strategy, you'll need to look at the situation with a clear head and plan your reaction. Unironically, developing this skill takes time. Sun Tzu also wrote, "In war, then let your great objective be victory, not lengthy campaigns." This emphasizes the need to concentrate on accomplishing goals quickly rather than becoming bogged down in laborious procedures. Keeping a tight eye on the ultimate result is one of the most important aspects of patience, and it ensures that efforts are not lost over time. In project management or personal goals, for example, keeping the end in mind helps one better distribute resources and energy and prevents the weariness of protracted labor. The need for planning and prioritizing and being patient is emphasized by this method. It's about simplifying efforts to more immediately and dramatically accomplish your goals, not about hurrying through chores or making snap judgment. For example, to keep long-term project moving, prioritize important activities and establish precise milestones to avoid the kind of aggravation that frequently results from feeling stuck or unmoving. In this sense, patience is an active, strategic positioning that seeks for the most direct route to success, lowering needless delays and improving general effectiveness in addressing problems and rather than passive waiting. The lessons of Sun Tzu give one of tactical foundation for successfully addressing obstacles, the core of good stress management and resilience in high pressure circumstances. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. This saying advises one to maintain their ideas and strategies under wraps while quietly and methodically planning, so that when the moment comes, action is quick and powerful. This strategy translates into keeping a composed front while working very hard behind the scenes to prepare. Maintaining confidentiality of these preparations prevents needless outside pressure or interference and enables the creation of a focused and limited plan. When the moment to act arrives, you must execute your plan with precision and confidence, as this previously mentioned thunderbolt falling from the heavens. This could be delivering a project at work, confronting a stressful situation, or making a significant life decision. The swift and decisive nature of your action, fueled by strategic preparation, often leads to successful outcomes while minimizing the duration of stress exposure. This surprise element also plays a role here, as well prepared actions can often disarm any opposition or hurdles, ensuring smoother execution. By adopting such a strategy, you align yourself with the philosophy of strategic ambiguity and sudden action. This not only helps manage stress by reducing the time you remain in a high stress situation, but also enhances your effectiveness and control over the outcome. By keeping your plans hidden and striking with decisive clarity, you manage the stress on your terms. This is being action orientated, not falling into the trap of being reactionary. Another one of Sun Tzu's quotes is, "He who is prudent and lies in wait for an enemy who is not will be victorious." This highlights the strategic advantage of patience and the power of observant waiting. This principle can be extremely beneficial in managing stress and navigating complex situations with a focus on long-term success rather than immediate gratification. Practically speaking, this encourages us to develop patience by closely studying circumstances and waiting for the right moment to take action, because you are the most effective when you are calm. Gather the information you need for a proper response. This approach means having a deep understanding of the dynamics at play and readiness to act when the time is right. It's about creating a strategic advantage by being better prepared and more informed than those who rush to action. Patience in this context becomes a tactical tool, allowing you to manage stress by avoiding premature actions that could lead to mistakes or increased pressure. Learning to wait calmly and strategically is another way to build resilience. This also benefits you by addressing your mental and physical health. Taking care of your health means doing things at the right time, when they have the most effect and with the least amount of stress. Remember that your physical and mental health rely on each other. If one fails, so will the other. Sun Tzu has also said, "Wait by the river long enough, and the body of your enemy will float by you." This underscores the concept of strategic patience. Waiting is an active choice rather than a passive occurrence. This metaphor teaches that outcomes often require time to develop and that immediate action is not always the best approach. In terms of personal development and professional projects, this might mean allowing more time for difficult situations to resolve themselves for an opportunity to mature before taking action. For instance, in a career context, rather than pushing aggressively for a promotion, it might be more beneficial to patiently develop one's skills, making you the most qualified candidate when a position opens up. This approach not only reduces stress, but also increases the likelihood of success by aligning actions with the most opportune moments. This principle applies to patients by encouraging and understanding that some processes cannot be hurried without compromising their integrity or potential. It suggests that sometimes the most effective thing to do is nothing at all, simply waiting for the natural course of events to unfold, which can often resolve issues without any direct intervention. This type of patience is especially valuable when managing relationships, whether personal or professional, where timing and respect for natural progression is crucial. Sun Tzu also said, "Ponder and deliberate before you make a move." This reflects the necessity of thoughtful consideration and the avoidance of rash decisions. This quote highlights the importance of taking time to thoroughly evaluate the circumstances before acting. In practice, this means not jumping to conclusions or making decisions under pressure, but rather taking the time to assess all the aspects of the situation. For example, in decision making, whether you're considering a financial investment or planning a significant life change, taking the time to reflect on all possible outcomes and seeking advice can lead to a much better informed decision. Applying this to the practice of patience suggests that patience is not about waiting but also preparing wisely during that waiting period. By deliberating on potential actions and their consequences, you cultivate a form of patience that is proactive and centered on making well informed decisions. This kind of patience can reduce mistakes, minimize stress, and ultimately lead to more successful and satisfying outcomes. Well, that's all I have time for today, folks. Let me know your thoughts on developing patience in your own life. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon on your way out. And as always, stay vigilant.